everybody, Hebro77 here, and we are here. My beard's looking a mite bit scraggly in the next video, or even when I do a live stream. Well, you won't see it when I do a live stream. But I will have my beard all chopped off right here, and I will have... Oh man, you can really see it looks like white in my beard right there, right? That's not white, that's skin color right there, okay? So, my hair is looking really, yeah, it's really bad. But we are here for an action figure review, and I'm going to review right now a vehicle. This is a vehicle action figure review, so here we go. I'm going to do these videos a lot better in the future, but the vehicle that I will be reviewing today is none other than that of the, can you get a good picture of this? The very beautiful G.I. Joe, and I got extra parts in here. I should have got this ready. G.I. Joe Snowcat, and the Snowcat I believe was made in like, I think it's 86 or 87. I could be wrong. My Snowcat, the missile rack, is coming off. It's got one broken hinge over here. Oh, sorry. Turn around here. Over here, as you can see, well, here, I'll show it to the camera. I'll take it off there. Yeah, there we go. It's got one broken hinge there, right here. Other side. Damn it. I can't get used to this camera angle. Yeah, there it is, the broken hinge. I do have all the missiles for it. Like, we'll slide this one in here. And the driver was, everyone thinks it's Snow Job, but the driver that came with this vehicle, which we'll get to here in a second, was actually Frostbite. And I do have the Frostbite figure. Maybe I should have had him out for this review, but here's the Snowcat, as you can see. Let me lower the camera down. There we go. And we'll sit it there. We'll look at this side. This isn't a very big vehicle, and I'm wondering, like, maybe in the 80s. Okay, now here's one thing I like about the Snowcat. That has these windshield wipers. They don't actually work, but what they did here was kind of cool, and that's they took and made it look like there was a little bit of frost on the windshield, and they carved, I think it was carved, is painted on the lines here to make it look like the windshield wiper was actually wiping away. It was wiping away the windshield. And so, okay, we open up the canopy. You can see in there is not a whole lot. There's two seats. Mine, very fortunately, had the steering wheel. That is a missing part in quite a few of these G.I. Joe vehicles, especially the older ones. The modern ones I don't know too much about. This had wheels on the front, working wheels, but in the back it had those fake tank tracks that were non-functioning. But they look good. I mean, they look good on the video. They look good on the vehicle. As far as looks go, they're non-functioning, but that's all right. I love this vehicle. We have missiles. These are ski missiles. Let me take them off, one off of here so I can show you properly. This missile goes on this ski here. And what would happen is, let's put the missile on there. This missile is not slide in, it pegs in. There's two pegs. Shit, let me get it on here. There's two pegs here on the end, each end, and it just pegs in there. And what would happen would they'd fire this thing off, and the sled would come at you like this, or maybe like that. And they would fire it off in the snow. And that's how, and they would hit in their vehicle. Now, as far as real world vehicles, I'm not really too sure if they had this. They had tanks and stuff like that. You would think this would have come in handy in like real snow battles, but there really isn't a whole lot of snow battles, and there wasn't back then. There still isn't. Um, put that back on. The problem with this vehicle that I do have is there's a lot of missing parts when you get it. Um, this back here, this rail that comes off. The missile rack, of course, comes off, and it's easily broken, as you can see. Uh, mine, mine, mine got broken like maybe the first day I had it. Look, it just keeps, it won't stay on. Um, but that's okay. I still like it. I still support it. It's really good. So you got that. You got the missiles, and there's like four. Yeah, there's four missiles in there, and they're all yellow. So if you are playing with this, if you were playing with this thing, like say if you were a kid, if you're playing with it in snow, the missiles would not be easily lost. So you'd still have that, but they are, they are missiles. They are small. You can lose them. There's a detail on this I like. It's got like lights here, and I'm guessing those are like flasher lights, or maybe they're like powerful headlights, like headlamps that you could see shining if you're in the snow and you could find your partner or whatever. Because the GI Joes would be wearing all white, although mine are kind of yellowed. So that's it for the vehicle. You got this engine cover here. The engine cover comes off, and you can see like a little engine inside there. There goes the missile rack that keeps coming off. And you had two pegs, 2 foot pegs on both sides of the vehicle, on there and on there, as you can see, or maybe not see, black, so I don't know. And 2 foot pegs in the back as well, and so they could step on here, and they could hold on to this thing, but the thing, that gate does come off. I'm not gonna try it now. I'm afraid I might crack it or something. Um, and you had a tow hook back here too, so that was pretty awesome. So I guess, like if one of their other snow vehicles broke down, you could tow it. Which at that time, this was the only snow vehicle besides Snow Job had like a little sled, is like a powered sled with an engine, whatever, like a not an ATV. It's kind of like an ATV. ATV with skis. I don't know what they're called, but it was the snow sled is what I think it was called. I could be wrong. And that was the original. I mean, that came out first, and then this came out later on. So let's take a look now at some of our snow guys. And here is the driver of the Snowcat. This is dang it, yeah, Frostbite. I almost said ice. Sometimes I'll say Snow Job or Iceberg. But this is Frostbite. Frostbite. He came with the vehicle. We can take a quick look at the figure if you want. I had to get into my tackle box. That's why I might be okay. Let's see here. Oh, let's not show my fat belly. Start working out again, by the way. But yeah, here is Frostbite. You can see just a normal, just white. Mine hasn't yellowed as much as some other people's would. So you could bend their arms, of course, swivel arm all the way around. Bend the elbow about 90 degrees is what I stole that line from Hooded Cobra Commander. And you could bend his legs. I'm not going to really, yeah, see, you can bend them pretty good, 90 degrees. The waist turned so much. This one's loose. I think I need to get a new O-ring for him. And he had some kind of, is that a patch or is that something? Oh yeah, I almost scraped that off. Yeesh. Wait, is that a patch on his arm there? Yeah, as you can see, he had like some kind of patch, like right here. It's like blue. Um, there's not really much to talk about this figure. I mean, he kind of, what? He kind of reminds me of the Star Wars, the Snow Troopers that they had on Hoff is if you look at the boots look exactly identical to a snow trooper or a polar trooper that they had on Star Wars when they were all on the planet Hoth. The snow rebel troopers. Yeah, that's what they're called. Um, so yeah, there's no color to them. I mean, which is fine. I'm fine with that because he is a snow trooper. You turn the head. You can see that he's got one of those hats with the goggles. I kind of wish they would have made a different version of this where the goggles came down, but as a matter of fact, I do have. Let's see if I can find it here. Ah, no, his goggles are too. Compare him with the 2001 or 2002 version of Frostbite. There's the only real difference here is he's got a weird like white mask over his eyes here, and this one really does look like a snow trooper from Star Wars. Uh, which one was that? Star Wars Empire Strikes Back. Empire Strikes Back, where they're on the Hoth planet. That's what it was. And but this one has a little bit more color. As you can see, he's got the green belt down here. He's got black patches. I like these little like knee pads. He's got knee pads there. But other than that, and they put a little yellow, almost like a little yellow furring around his neck there. So that's kind of cool. I mean, that's a total difference. You can see the boots. They put a little bit more detail on the boots. They put little silver buckles on the bottom there. Um, Maybe you guys could see them, and you could compare them to these boots, which are just all white. I can't get them both in the frame. But yeah, you take a look at these boots, and they're just all white. And that's basically it. So let's put him in the Snowcat. See how he looks in there. And here he is in the Snowcat. You can see, yeah, I got both hands on the wheel, but I don't have them attached to the wheel because I don't know how frail that wheel is. But there is a stick shift right over here, gear shifter or stick shift, whatever you want to call it, gear shifter. He can put his other hand there, but I never really did that. And what kid did? Um, let's see. I'm not going to get out my iceberg figure. But yeah, you could fit like two in here. You could possibly fit some figures here in the back, but I wouldn't recommend it. You do have, this is weird. Let me shut that. They do have foot pegs right here on either side of this, which I didn't notice, which is, they're kind of in a bad place because the missiles are covering them. So how the hell, I'll show you here, you can't really, you try to put a figure on there, it's not really going to stay on there very well because, and the only way you could really do it is if you put them on sideways. And even that, the missiles it's obstructing the foot peg, so you really can't do that. So I don't know why on earth they put foot pegs right there. I mean, that's just ridiculous. But yeah, so there he is in the Snowcat. You can see him clearly in the window. The window's nice and clear thanks to our handy dandy windshield wiper. And that is the review of 1986 Snowcat. So until next time, this is Hero77 saying, I hope you enjoyed this video. It's getting towards, it's March, so I might have a G.I. Joe every week this month until April, and then in April, I don't know what we're going to do. We might do some Star Trek guys. I might get the Star Trek guys out. But yeah, that's the Snowcat, and thank God winter's coming to an end. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. This is Hero77 saying, hey, good night and good luck.